factors that influence real estate market. A lot of people don't understand that there are several factors that influence how real estate market appreciate. Very importantly, I want you to know that interest rate in the banking industry affects return on investment as far as the real estate market is concerned. If you notice, the increment in the loan that banks give presently is about 32 to 35%, and of course it will affect the value of real estate because a lot of people will look forward to putting up the comparison of getting a loan to buy a house. What is the economic benefit of that? So interest rate greatly affects return on investment. Secondly is the economic growth. Where there is an economic boost in certain areas, you will realize that people are coming into that city, especially places like Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt, where there are a lot of economic activity. You realize that people rush into that place. And when you're making real estate investment, it is very important for you to understand where economic activity is moving, where there are potentials of growth in that area. For those places, there is no way you will not have that, because need for housing would increase, need for commercial spaces would increase, need for social welfare such as hotels, restaurants would increase eventually. So areas where you see there are a lot of economic activity, there are potential that this can affect the rate at which real estate can be valued. The next thing is infrastructure in certain areas. A lot of people don't know that when there are infrastructure in a place, it means that people can have more access to the place, people can have access to good drainages, people can have access to schools, people can have access to market. So infrastructure in a greater measure affects that. Security is also one important thing. If a place is not secure, if a place is not a place that is habitable, of course people will not want to live in such areas. So it is important to put in security as a very important concern when you're about analyzing what are the factors that affect real estate investment. If you did not forget, I mentioned the place of location as one basic thing that affects real estate investment. If the location is not very good, of course people will not want to invest. But if the location is really good, people will want to invest in such location. So it is very important to consider location as a major factor when it comes to real estate investment. In places, you cannot compare the value of property in Abuja with the value of property maybe in Jos. You cannot compare the value of property. For example, in Abuja, there are properties, a land of 2,000 square meters that is valued for as high as 3 billion naira. You go to Yola, maybe the highest property you will find for 2,000 square meters will be valued for 500 million. So location really matters when it comes to how properties are valued.